Good morning, afternoon, I guess you could say, everyone. This is David with Bolivar Live. Well, we're actually down here. It's our 1 o'clock update. They just came out with another update, and so we wanted to let you see exactly what was happening with Hurricane Beryl and the updates. So let me get to my other screen here so that I can see. I've got my glasses on, but didn't want to misread anything. I don't think the shift has changed. We're going to talk about Highway 87 real quick in a little bit, but first I want to give you the update. The traffic, I'm sitting on 87, and traffic's been backed up from Emerald. It doesn't really start flowing until you get to Rollover Pass Beach. It was stop and go. It took me like an hour to get from the big store to probably the curve finally, and that's usually about a 15-minute drive. And so between the ferry getting letting out and people leaving Galveston, and then the traffic, people leaving Bolivar, not just vacationers, some people, that wanted to get away for a day and not have to worry about anything. Traffic's crazy down here. As of right now, talking to Keith, the big store will be open. I just saw the truck pass. They were out of unleaded. They had premium and the other upgrade. They had diesel, but they were out of unleaded, and I just saw the truck pass me, or I think it was a truck they were going to get gas between noon and now. And so I'm pretty sure that was the truck going to get gas. So they've got regular unleaded. So anyway, I don't think the tracks move maybe a little bit to the east. Still 65 mile an hour, but I can tell you between now and probably the 7 o'clock, the millibars have dropped a little bit, and so I have a feeling we're going to see this thing start to build a little bit. I've been in the truck since the last update. Went and got me something to eat at the big store for lunch, and I've been sitting looking at stuff, but you can see what the tide's like here, and so it's just a matter of time. And let me tell you, when it starts coming up, and it's starting to move a little bit now, I think once it starts, it's probably not going to stop. And we have a high tide tomorrow morning, I think around 7:30 if I'm not mistaken. And so 87 later on this evening is probably, it may be passable, but I wouldn't go down it. There's no use of running your truck or your vehicle through salt water. Plus there's all kinds of debris, trees and boards and metal and all kinds of stuff that gets turned up and washed up here. And so just keep an eye on it. We'll try and let you know. We're going to be keeping an eye on it throughout the night. At some point we're going to have to take a nap and rest a little bit, but we'll do it in between updates and that. But anyway, you can see where the tide is. It hasn't dropped since this morning. We were on a high tide this morning, and it was up to the trash barrels on the beach, if you know where that is. The wash was, and I haven't seen it come down any. In fact, I've already made one pass through here, and it's probably up a little bit more than it was. And you can see where we get a surge, and there's a couple of areas that we've already had some water splash on. It's just a matter of time before Highway 87 starts getting water on it. It's inevitable. There's no way around it. If it doesn't, it's an act of nature. The Bolivar Ferry, they will run. I talked to TxDOT. They will run as long as they can to move people. But at some point, just like when Alberta came in, because of the tide height they had and the wind, they had to cease service for a while until the tide went down. And I have a feeling that's going to happen again. I talked to Doug Saunders with Emergency Services here. They've got their regular crews here. They're holding them over so that they don't have to leave in the bad part of the storm. And he said, David, we're covered great down here. It's business as usual. It's just a matter of if someone had to get off the peninsula, how we're going to have to get them off, or if we can get them off. So if you have heart medical conditions that you might have to leave, you might want to think about leaving and going and staying somewhere where there's easy access. So he also told me, if I'm not mistaken, that there was going to be 8 sheriff on the peninsula for the duration of this, and so probably 4 working each shift. I'm sure that they can get called out. I'm not positive. That's what Doug had told me. He said we're covered good on the sheriff department, and they're going to keep an eye on everything. And so we actually have a show coming up Wednesday morning, or Wednesday at 6 a.m., the Ask Me About Bolivar show, where we did an in-depth dive into the Galveston County ESD number 2 with Kate, with the ESD, the president of the ESD board. And so y'all can watch that. We're going to keep you informed, though, during the after, before of Hurricane Beryl. Right now it's set to hit down around Matagorda Bay, give or take a little bit. Hopefully more give than take, because we don't want it. The further east it moves, the worse off we are here. Wind has picked up today. I know the mosquitoes were real bad this morning, and when I went home to get the gas cans and move some stuff around after the morning feed, I noticed the wind had picked up and the mosquitoes weren't. So maybe this wind will blow them all up by Dallas or somewhere, because we've had our share of mosquitoes. So sun's out here right now. We've had a few rain bands through, but we are going to get some rain. And, you know, they're predicting 5 to 6 inches of rain, I think, plus. And so tide surge has come up on what they originally had 2 to 4. I think now they're showing 3 to 5. And so just take that into consideration. We probably had about 2 to 3 whenever we had Alberta. And so, and I can tell you the tide hasn't dropped all day, and we should be going in. In fact, yesterday at 7:30, I took a picture from the Sunrise Beach Cam, and I posted it for a reason, because I want to try and take another picture tonight at 7:30 and show the difference on what the tide did. So, in fact, you can go look back at last night. I posted about 7:45 a picture of the beach, and now there is no beach. In fact, the trash can that I was talking about is right there in that picture, and you can see the wash that was up to it. So anyway, we're going to keep you updated. The 1 o'clock update has come out. You can go to the National Hurricane Center website, get all the update. It's a great website. Just look through it and get interactive with it, because it really gives you a lot of information. You can go to the Galveston County Office of Emergency Management. They have a lot of great information for you. All the services are doing regular updates on social media, so you can get it there: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Ours comes out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, 2 channels on YouTube actually. And so if you look up at Bolivar Live on YouTube, you can find our feeds there, our live feeds, and then we go back and post them later. These probably won't be posted, because at some point I look for us to lose power down here, and I don't know about internet, but I've got it in the truck, and so we'll be able to keep you informed on what's going on. But here's another look at Highway 87, right where the wall starts. This is an area that, and then probably about a mile back, half-mile back, where we always have wash over the road, debris on the road, and we're going to keep you posted on that. But I wanted you to see how high the tide was already, and it's just at 65 miles an hour. Now imagine it coming closer, a little bit closer to us, and going up to 80 or 90, maybe even 100 mile an hour, what it's going to do to the tide here. Building, the seas are rough, you can see the surf, and so please, if you're going to get off, now's the time. to leave Bolivar, because at some point 87 will probably be treacherous to go down if they don't close it. It's travel at your own risk, and the Bolivar ferry will probably close at some point due to tide elevation, not because they want to, but they have to because they can't get the boats connected, the ferries connected. And so I did talk to TxDOT. They have, in fact, that's probably a TxDOT truck just past us. They do have equipment in High Island, and they've got crews standing by. As soon as it's safe to get down here, they'll start cleaning the road. And they've been real great about keeping in contact with me. When I sent him a text a while ago about the ferry, it was immediately he responded to me. So anyway, we're gonna head on out. Here's with live coverage of Hurricane Beryl on the upper Texas coast, Bolivar Peninsula. I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all be safe. Turn around, don't drown, and stay connected with what's happening here on Bolivar with Bolivar Live through this whole event. Until next time, y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.